As far as requirements, so the thing to ask on design build ready, is your project design build ready as far as federal highways? Do they say may, should, or shall? Here you go, do your specs say may, should, or shall?
Shall.
Yes, they say should? Okay, so the idea is in your
Shall.
RFP, RFQs, you'll probably reference your specs. So in your specs, if you had a should, and you're letting the contractor run with it, will they give you what you want? That's what you gotta ask yourself, because there's quite a few states that are actually trying to develop design build specs and/or revise their standard specs to create special provisions to reduce their risk to make sure they get what they want. Okay, so can anybody think of any specs you may have where right off the top today you'd say, hey, we need to change that? Okay, again, in your groups, again, things to think about, because the theme here is if you want it, you got to ask for it. So that's where you need to do yourself sort of the dry run, best case scenarios, worst case, because just so you know, for my first design build project in California back in 1990, eventually got to construction in 2002, our first partnering meeting, the contractor came in with their lawyer. You think that was a good partnering meeting? We forgot to put in our partnering agreement that no lawyers the first year. But yeah, so from day one, we were at odds, so that was not good. So that to me, that was a lesson learned. Okay, again, pointing out for specs, we need to be more direct to work activity being pursued. Again, watch out for the may, should, or shalls. And again, the thing to keep in mind there, do you consider yourself a centralized state or a decentralized state? How many regions and divisions do you have? Okay, do all 4 regions agree with each other? Okay, so if you have contractor, design builder in region 4 work and then go work in region 1, wherever they may be, do you think they'll get the same level of inspection and oversight? Okay, so with that question, what kind of risk would that be? And ask yourself, do we have the same design build requirements? Off the top, you'd probably say
Yes.
pretty much. In reality, maybe not. So again, that's the kind of stuff you got to think about. Because again, in court cases, that's what's happening with a lot of states decentralizing. They've lost their consistency, commonality for application, and in court they're losing because the court's ruling saying, hey, DOT, the experts are not consistently administering the contract. So again, Will.
I can't let this opportunity go.
Oh, okay.
So, since I've been here, I've been part of 2 cases. Have nothing to do with design build, regular design build contracts, where what he just said cost the state, can everybody hear me? What he just said cost the state and the federal government money and what we had to pay out to settle claims, because we made decisions differently from region to region. It's very, very, very important. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for us to be consistent. I didn't say the same, but consistent within the rules and the regulations in how we administer contracts. Because I promise you, a contractor that does a job in Region 4 that may work in Region 2 or Region 1 or wherever, if he got away with something in one place, you can damn sure bet he's going to try to do it somewhere else, and he's going to use it against one of the others. Just remember that. So if you have a question about something that's come up or how something was interpreted, meetings like this give you the ability to create and develop relationships with your peers in other regions so that you can make better decisions the next time around. So not just with design build, but with every contract that you administer. Okay? Sorry. I didn't
Okay.
want
You want to come up here and add some more?
to-
Okay, again, that's why I put it in red overall. If you want it, hopefully before you hit your head on the pillow tonight, say this to yourself, so when I come back and ask tomorrow to see if you remembered. if you want it, you have to put it in the design-build contract. And the beauty of it is, just like he mentioned, you're already doing that with design-build contracts. But in this case, like he mentioned, you've already lost on design-bid-build. So you're just jacked your risk up if you're not going to communicate. So caution as you move ahead. Again, networking, communication will help reduce that. And again, with failure, without failure, there are no lessons learned. Does everybody agree with that statement? Okay, the other thing is failure bad? Not all the time. Again, acronyms. What does FAIL stand for? First attempt in learning. So put the positive spin on it, think about it, it's true. So just keep that, live and learn, move ahead, document your process, and where it is, but when you solve something, try to move it up to the program level so it doesn't just put the fire out on your project, share it with the rest of you, so program-wise, you've just brought the risk down for your adjacent regions.